Right.
There we go. Okay. While Sam is getting this pulled up, I know that many of you are going to be watching the replay, so I just wanted to say thank you for taking the time. If you're on right now, Caitlin, thank you. And if you are someone that just has to watch the replay, because I know people have meetings, and Annette had something that she messaged me too. So I just know that things happen, and this is why we have replays so that you can catch up when you need to. So the purpose of this call is just to kind of give you an overview of what to expect over the next few days and then over the next few weeks. And I know Sam and I are really looking forward to this. This is the first time either of us have run a challenge ourselves. I've done the one with the company a couple of times. The last time I really took it super seriously was a couple of years ago. And ever since then, I'm really good personally at balancing my plate and drinking water and kind of moving my body. I am not good at getting enough sleep for sure. And then I am guilty of overeating, specifically chocolate. Like I'm not a snacky person. I don't need like chips and stuff like that. But when I'm tired, I notice that I have a really bad sweet tooth. So, um, and working from home, it's like always available. So,
Yep,
anyways,
definitely. So, welcome. Fall into healthy habits with Epic Life. So, we'll get started. So the biggest thing, are you ready to feel amazing and see results? Pretty basic, but like it could
Sam,
be,
we can't see the next slide. If
oh,
I see your whole desktop. Like I can't see it how I did before. I can see all your tabs and
my 1,000 tabs that I have. Oh,
there's nothing compared to mine. I have double what you have open.
oh my good golly. Okay.
But whatever you did before was what worked.
Yeah, that's what I tried to do now. Okay, what are you seeing now?
Just you. Oh, hold on. That's perfect. Okay. Are you ready
Okay,
to feel amazing and see results? That's what I see.
perfect. Okay, so super simple, right? Are you ready to feel amazing and see results? I think we all can agree that we've been in a place where I should back up here, where we've done some sort of challenge, right? And we don't stick to it. And oftentimes, I don't know about you, but for me, like the more restrictive I am, like if I'm doing a diet or something like that, the harder I fall after, right? And so what I mean by that is I've done one where it's like very strict. This is what you got to eat, and you eat so much broccoli and da 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 da. Well, I still can't eat broccoli because of that challenge, right? So this is just not, we're not aiming for that. We're aiming for sustainable. We're not asking you to buy pills or anything like that. We're really just helping you fuel your body with food, with good, proper nutrition. Okay. So, some of the different reasons you may be here. Number one, excess fatigue and no energy. I mean, I definitely would have to say this was probably me this summer. I was feeling just like fatigue, no energy, and honestly, stress and overwhelmed. And that's why I decided to jump in and really start focusing in on really the Epic Life Challenge. And that's what we're presenting to you guys here tonight, basically. Um, Sorry, I don't want to take over, Sarah, if you're ready to jump in at any moment. But with that too, I've noticed now my weight is going down, and that wasn't necessarily my biggest focus, but that has been a benefit. I am down 10 pounds, and I have to say that, like, though I have not been following it exactly. Like Sarah said, I am really focusing on balancing my plate when we go out to dinner. Okay, what am I grabbing that is a well-balanced meal versus like my cheeseburger with a bun and French fries, right? So like really trying to think ahead and balance your plate out that way. Um, you might be here for food sensitivities or like you regularly are having like stomach pains. I know I've heard that from some people too, where they're just like, my stomach hurts all the time and I'm trying to figure that out. If that's you, you might be interested in doing more of the gut health that we'll talk about here in a little bit. Um, Sarah talked about her extreme cravings, especially sugar when she's tired, so like a lot of these kind of go hand in hand, and we'll just accumulate and really like one will stack up with the other. So lack of portion control and balances, right? So we talked about that already. Sarah talked about balancing her plate, and I definitely focus on that, right? Making sure, most of my plate is veggies, and am I getting a full serving of protein, and not going back for too many carbs. Um, Sleep is a huge one. I know that too, this summer was something that I was really struggling with. I was not feeling like I was getting a full night's rest, right? I was trying to get my about 7 hours, 6 to 7 hours of sleep, but I wasn't sleeping through the night, so that was not helpful for me. And I know Sarah said this is like something that she knows she struggles with and is really wanting to focus on is that sleep. Um, and then so many more ways, like bathroom issues, unhappy looking in the mirror, just bloating, just all the different things. So there are different reasons why you might be here. Okay. Kind of like
And
what, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, and you already talked a lot about sustainability, and I think that that's the biggest thing that we're all gonna walk away with is knowing stability. Like the last time I did this, what I walked away with is balanced plates. That was great for me, and then I kind of got off track with the other stuff.
Yeah, and I think it's, that just is just a good lesson you can learn and something that you can teach your kids too, right? And it's not that you're trying to deprive yourself or like, I can't have that because I'm on a diet, but really just thinking through, okay, so Saturday you go to a birthday party. Well, then do you need to go through the drive-through and get dessert on Sunday, like ice cream? Like what are those choices instead of like every day treating yourself, you know, keeping it to a
A
good
tr like a treat versus
yes.
a habit. And I
Yep.
think that's something, I don't know if this is on the slides, I can't remember as we skip ahead, but just reminding yourself that like one day isn't going to ruin the whole challenge. Like
Yep.
you can
Yeah, and
be
we do get yeah,
it's
we
fine.
do get to that. Yep.
Okay.
Um So getting started can feel overwhelming, right? You're like, gosh, there's so much information. Where do I start? Um, but we're here to remind you, one, we can all learn new things. I can learn new things. You can learn new things. Sarah learns new things. We all can learn new things. Number two, we can do this. Um, don't talk yourself out of it after one bad day. Don't talk yourself out of it because somebody brought donuts to the work and they're in the break room or they're in the cubicles and you just want that donut today, tomorrow, and every day, right? Don't let yourself off the hook too easily. Okay. Start with like your basic plans, and kind of go from there. Then decide, okay, we kind of talked a little bit earlier about the gut protocol, and I'll show you that here in a minute. And figure out, okay, am I going to do the gut protocol or am I going to do the Epic Life portion of it? And then from there, just kind of figure out what you want to eat. And I say, just figure out what you want to eat because it really is that. Now, when I'm making dinner, I'm like, okay, what is my protein? What is my veggie? What is my carb? I don't need um my potatoes and then a pasta salad with it, right? Like you only just keep it super simple, right, guys? So if you have not gotten this yet, I know I sent it to my people and Sarah, I think, has sent it or will send it if she hasn't. Um, excuse me, but this just kind of takes you through all the different options. Can you see my little cursor,
Yeah.
Sarah? Okay. So it has like the gut health, the balance plate help sheets, workout ideas, and then it talks about taking your weight, photos, and measurements, right? And you might not be here for weight loss, but I do encourage you all to do this because you may not realize the big changes that you'll see in your body. And sometimes it's nice to look back at it. For me, ultimately, I've been doing this just because I want to feel good. I want to feel energized. I am typically a cat napper. My kids think that a nap is called a cat nap. They're like, "Oh, are you taking a cat nap?" Because I like to take a 20-minute power nap in the day. And since I've been doing this, I really have not had many cat naps. Every now and then I do one if we've had like a late night from a wedding or something like that, but it's not my routine that I had. Instead of a lunch, I would take a cat nap. And I try to get a balance. Like I go to bed pretty early, like 9 o'clock's my bedtime, but I'm also up early as well at about 5 o'clock. So, um, this kind of walks you through everything. So if you have questions when you're looking through it, let myself or Sarah know, and we would be happy to help you with that. Okay.
I think also those beginning photos, if you do want to track weight loss, you're maybe not going to see dramatic results by 6 weeks, by the end of the 6 weeks. But as you continue to do this and stick with the sustainability, that's something that you're going to notice 12 weeks, 15 weeks down the road.
Yep.
So your prep homework is to take a photo of your face and skin right in front of a window. Get the best, by the way, not a dark window, like this wouldn't work behind me. Wait till tomorrow or another day. And then see the folder that says take your weight photos and measurements and start with that whole thing that Sam just showed you. And I will send that to you with the basic documents. And then, like Sam said, you're going to decide if you are going to do just the Epic Life program or if you're going to do the gut protocol. And then from there, we figure out what to eat and you choose your movement and your sleep. Um, for me too, um, something that I think really helps out is planning leftovers when I'm figuring out what to eat. And also, um, Sam switched, she's not doing her gym routine anymore. She's doing something different at home. But
Hmm.
I know which days I'm teaching at the gym and then which days in between I'm either working out at home or taking my walks. And something I saw recently online was a study. There was two control groups, and one of the group, I guess it's one control group and one regular group. One group, they were all house cleaners, by the way. And one group was told that what they're doing for their job is considered exercise. And if you think about it, like when you clean your house, that's exercise. And the other group wasn't. And the group that knew what they were doing was exercise, it was actually the group that lost weight, probably because they were also conscious, like, oh, I exercise, I could probably eat healthier, stuff like that. And I know that think about your everyday activities. There's going to be some days where you're just doing stuff around your house. Yard work could be considered that movement. So think about real life practical things where it's not going to be every day that you can do the yard work. But if you have a day where you don't make it to the gym or you're not able to take a 90-minute walk, that's extreme, I know, but I like long walks. You can still move your body in
Hmm.
other traditional ways at home, or I guess it'd be non-traditional.
Yeah, and I think don't discount a good walk. Um, just getting out for a walk is huge in my opinion, especially if you're just getting outside. I did the 75 hard challenge 3 years ago now, 2 years ago, I can't remember. And I did it more for like my mental health. And the biggest thing I took away from that was how important getting outside for at least 45 minutes a day was. So now that's just part of my goal again is I got away from walking, just walking our dogs, and now my dogs know, right? So Sarah mentioned so I used to go to a gym like Die Hard here in town, and I have taken a little break. I have a shoulder issue, so I'm trying to get that healed up. Um, and I've been doing a workout at home. It's in the documents. It's Nourish, Move, Love. And what I love about that is she does different 2 week programs, right? So she's got different programs you can follow, but she's also got an amazing collection of different workouts that you can try. So if you don't have any like weights or anything at home, you can pick that kind of workout. If you have the weights, you can do that. If you want to do a standing one, you can do that. So many different options that you can easily work into your day. And she has some that are 10 minutes and she has some that are 35 minutes. So there really is no excuse to say, I don't have enough time. You just find one that fits into your time. Okay. Um, and that's been working great for me. And I'm seeing results like I had been seeing at the gym too. So, okay. So tonight we're kind of like talking about all the things. Number one is you guys are covering me. Okay. Sleep. So Sarah said this is going to be hard for her. Oh, so sorry, I didn't update one of these things, but 6 to 9 hours of sleep is like your goal per night, right? And some of us do not get that. I need my sleep.
Gotta
I
go to
need
bed
my
now.
sleep.
Sorry. This is
But
cutting into my sleep time. I'm off. I'm just kidding. Go ahead.
that's usually me. I'm like, I gotta go. So focus on that. So figure it out. Like, okay, if I have to get up by 6 o'clock to get through all the things I need to do in a day, count backwards. What time do I need to get to bed? All right, let's do that mom math and get ourselves to bed. And I often do that. I'm like 10, 11, 12, what? And I like count through, okay, what time is an okay time for me to be getting up? Water, drinking your water. So aim for 100 ounces a day. If you're not able to do that, go for half your body weight in ounces. I literally, this is my best friend. It goes with me everywhere. I fill it up. I try to do 2.5 a day. This is, so yeah, that would get me to the 100 ounces. And I don't know, I just crave water. So water has not been a challenge for me. Sometimes I easily get away from it when I'm not thinking about it. So like Sarah said, move for that 20 to 30 minutes of movement a day, but set your goals and don't let yourself off the hook. So we're going to be using this chat to comment like, I went for my walk or I got up and did my workout. Anytime you do that movement, and if you need like accountability, say, okay, guys, hold me accountable, check in by 5 o'clock and make sure I worked out. Some people just need that accountability. Okay. Um, Nutrition. So we talked about that already. The Epic Life plating method, the meal plans and recipes you'll see in there, and then focusing on 3 balanced meals and a dessert or a snack. So like either a dessert or a snack throughout the day. If you're doing those balanced meals and you're truly like looking at that, you are going to be shocked at how full you feel.
That is for sure. I know that there's been days where I couldn't finish my plate.
Yeah, because it is so much food. So in there in your documents, you're going to find all this good information, right? It talks about your veggies is your green scoop, and then the teal one is your lean protein, the complex carb, and then your healthy fat. So this kind of just breaks it down. So if you're a woman, man, etc. And then right here in the middle, you'll see this like foolproof substitutions. This is in all that information that you guys have too. So this gives you ideas of like how to plate it up. And like I said, sometimes we overthink it and try to make it over complicated. But especially if you're using Epicure, when you look at the bottom of a recipe, it'll say, serve up with da 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 to make a well-balanced meal. So it will tell you what you need to do to balance out your meal. Okay. And then here's just a nice little picture of what your plate should look like, right? So half veggies, a fourth of it is the lean protein, and then the starch or the veg. Yeah, anyways. Awesome. Okay. So then again, just kind of talking about that balance formula as well.
And remember the guide in on every single Epicure uh sorry, website recipe online, like outside of the guide, it tells you how to balance your plate. And I love that because then you don't have to think about side dishes.
Yeah.
It says like side with greens in your favorite Epicure salad dressing, like you just know. Or you can, it'll say green vegetable, or sometimes it'll say pair with pasta, and then you're like, yay, you can do that.
Yes. So two options here. You can do the Epic Life Plan or the Epic Life Gut Health. Okay. So the one is kind of what we talked about, the plating, the balancing, and all that. And then the Epic Life Gut Health is eliminating 6 main items, which you'll see on the next slide. And then following the plating method in Foodless with the portion scoops as well. Okay. So if you're going to do the gut health, you're going to be eliminating gluten. So Epicure is 100% gluten free, dairy, corn, soy, alcohol, and no more than 10 grams of added sugar per day. Okay. Just so you know, like if you are looking at it, like the Epic Life itself does include dairy and allows occasional drinks and desserts. However, you can add this portion into it to focus on your gut health. But I also have to say, if you have not tried our greens yet, that has been a huge game changer for me as well. Okay.
I'm
Go
sorry, I
ahead.
was about the greens. Is there a slide on the greens that I missed? I didn't think there was.
No, no.
Okay. Um, so I had a question from somebody who couldn't be on the call tonight, how to incorporate the greens. And you can do one of two things. You can just have it on the empty stomach right away in the morning. Or you can incorporate it into your morning smoothie. I know with the Epic Life Challenge, there's different smoothie recipes if you're out of protein, because I know that the protein, if you didn't stock up before it went out of stock, is going to be hard to come by for a couple of months. But as long as you are doing it either way, you can. And of course, like if you don't get your greens in the morning, having them at some point during the day is going to do more good than not having them at all. So keeping that in mind. And of course, as you make your plan too, there are recipes that Epicure has incorporated with Magic Scoop that you can include in all of this too.
Right. Okay. So making your plan. So you the Epic Life Challenge ebook, you'll find that in the link that you guys will have or will get. So it comes with a grocery list planning, and then it'll help you just kind of map it out. Once you guys do that and you have your plan for week one, share it in our group. If that gives you encouragement, like I'll share mine. I know Sarah is really good at meal planning as well and can share that. So, I think we touched about this a little bit earlier, but mindset, adding the wins and not calculating the losses. So, really focusing on what did you get to do today, right? So maybe you didn't get your full 30-minute workout in, but you did get to take your dogs for a 20-minute walk. Focus on that, right? Don't focus on what you didn't get to do and let that take you out for the rest of the challenge, all right? Just pick it up the next day, start over, okay? Really focus on just all the little ones. Let those add up instead of the negatives or the, oh, I didn't do that, I failed, oh, I might as well be done. Like I start out my day great, right? My smoothie or whatever, and then maybe I make a poor choice at lunch. Well, that doesn't mean I have to throw the towel in for dinner too, right? I can just get right back onto the horse and make a good choice for dinner. Okay. So kind of like I was saying, right? It's celebrating the wins, whole foods, veggies, and water. Every day it gets easier. And I think once you get going, you'll realize how you feel is totally worth it. Would you agree, Sarah?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. The next week, start planning. Well, so over the weekend, etc. If you are huge into like your coffee and caffeine, I would start to really try to decrease that now. Start adding more veggies and really just kind of start thinking about like paying attention to what you all eat and consume in a day. Okay. Get your photos in, get prepped, and get excited. Okay. Any questions? Caitlin, do you have any questions?
She might not be able to come off mute. That's okay.
Okay.
All right.
Awesome. All
Is she
righty.
perfect? Okay. Thank you, Caitlin, for hopping on tonight and everybody else for watching the replay. We are really looking forward to this challenge. I know that sometimes it can feel like a lot, especially as you're looking forward to the next week. But we are really looking forward to doing this with you and together. So thank you, guys.